everyone. Today I'm gonna show you the tutorial of this crochet flower bucket hat. The petals of the motif are made with half double crochet cluster and double crochet cluster, so they are soft and fluffy. This cute hat is perfect for summer and it gives accent to simple outfits. Next, I'm gonna introduce the materials. In this video, I will use this 100% cotton yarn white color for the base. For the flower petals and brim piping, I will use hot pink color. And for the other color of the petal, I will use this light pink color. And I mainly use 3mm hook. And also I'm gonna use scissors, stitch markers, and yarn needle. We will start with the motif, and first of all, please make a magic ring. Insert your hook into the loop, yarn over, and pull it through. Then, yarn over again and make a chain. But this chain does not count as a stitch. Next, please make 4 chains. First 3 chains count as 1 double crochet. Put a stitch marker at 3rd stitch. Then, repeat the process of 1 double crochet and 1 chain for 7 times. When you get to the end, take your hook out of the loop. And then, please tighten your circle. Then, insert your hook into the loop. And do a slip stitch in the stitch you put a stitch marker. When doing a slip stitch, I always carry these yarn ends together. Then, chain 1, pull the yarn out, and fasten off. Pull the yarn ends a little bit, and row 1 is done. For row 2, insert your hook between the first and last double crochet on row 1. Grab the light pink yarn, yarn over, pull it through, chain 1. Next, you're gonna do 4 half double crochet cluster. First, yarn over, insert your hook in the same space. And in this video, I will always carry these yarn ends together. Then pull up the loop. Second, yarn over, insert your hook, and pull up the loop. Third, yarn over, insert your hook, and pull up the loop. And lastly, yarn over, insert your hook, and pull up the loop. Then, yarn over and pull it through from the all loop on the hook. So this is 4 half double crochet cluster. Then chain 1. And please put a stitch marker on the first cluster stitch. You'll do this process twice on each space. So do 4 half double crochet cluster and chain 1 again for this space. And repeat the process until the end. The number of clusters will be 16 in total. And again, I will always carry these yarn ends together so that I won't need to weave in. The important thing to make a cluster is to pull the yarn through a little longer. When you get to the end, do a slip stitch. In the stitch, you put a stitch marker. Then, chain 1, pull the yarn out, and fasten off. Pull the yarn ends a little bit, and row 2 is done. For row 3, insert a hook between the first and last cluster on row 2. Grab the hot pink yarn, yarn over and pull it through, and chain 2. Then, we're gonna do a 5 double crochet cluster. First, yarn over, insert your hook into the space, and pull up the loop. Yarn over again and pull through the first 2 loops. Second, yarn over, insert your hook, pull the loop, yarn over again and pull through the first 2 loops. And third, and fourth, and fifth. Then there will be 6 loops on the hook. So yarn over and pull it through from the all 6 loops. Then chain 2. and put a stitch marker on the first cluster stitch. For row 3, we will do this process only one time on each space. After making 5 double crochet cluster, chain 2. So please repeat this process until the end. When you get to the end, do a slip stitch in the stitch you put a stitch marker. Then, chain 1, pull the yarn out, and fasten off. Pull the yarn ends a little bit, and row 3 is done. For row 4, insert a hook between the first and last cluster on row 3. Grab the white yarn over, pull it through, and chain 2. And then do 3 double crochet on each space. And please put a stitch marker on the first double crochet. Repeat this process 2 more times. So it means that you're gonna do it on 3 spaces in total. After that, you're gonna make a corner part. First, make 3 double crochet in the next space. And then chain 3. And make 3 double crochet again in the same space. So please make 3 double crochet on 3 spaces. And for a corner, do 3 double crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochet again. So please repeat this process until the end. When you get to the end, we will do a slip stitch as usual, but this time I will do it in a different way. Take your hook out of the loop and insert your hook in the first stitch from behind. Then grab the loop and hang it on the hook. And tighten the loop and pull it through from behind. Chain 1, pull the yarn out and fasten off. Of course you can do a slip stitch in a way you prefer, but I think this way looks better a little bit because the slip stitch and last chain 1 will go behind. So row 4 is done. For row 5, we will crochet edges of the motif with hot pink color. Insert your hook in the last stitch of row 4. Grab the hot pink yarn yarn over, pull it through, chain 1, and do a single crochet in the same stitch. You will just do single crochet for this row. And put a stitch marker on the first stitch. For the corner part, do 3 single crochet. So please repeat this process until the end. When you get to the end, we will do a slip stitch in the same way as row 4. Take your hook out of the loop and insert your hook in the first stitch from behind. Then grab the loop and hang it on the hook. Tighten the loop and pull it through from behind. Chain 1, pull the yarn out and fasten off. Pull the yarn ends a little bit, and row 5 is done. For row 6, the process is a bit complicated because the motif will be trapezoidal to follow the shape of the head. I've prepared a figure below, so please follow along. So first, insert your hook into the last stitch of row 5. Grab the white yarn and chain 1. Then do a single crochet in the same stitch. And do a single crochet in the next stitch. And put a stitch marker in the first stitch. So repeat single crochet until you reach a corner. The corner means the middle stitch of 3 single crochet on row 5. Those are circled in the figure. Now we will move on to the corner. In the corner, do 2 single crochet first. And then do 1 half double crochet in the same stitch. Then make 8 half double crochet from the next stitches. Then make 9 double crochet from the next stitches. 9 double crochet, do 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And it will be a corner, so do 3 single crochet in the same stitch. You may feel that a double crochet in the corner is a little crushed, but that's okay because it will be pulled when you join the motifs later. Then do 17 single crochet from the next stitches. In the next corner, do 3 single crochet first. And do 1 double crochet in the same stitch. Then make 9 double crochet from the next stitches. Then make 8 half double crochet from the next stitches. For the last corner, do half double crochet first and do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And do single crochet in the remaining stitches. For row 6, we will do the same way of slip stitch as we did on row 4 and 5. Take your hook out of the loop and insert your hook in the first stitch from behind. Then grab the loop and hang it on the hook. Tighten the loop and pull it through from behind. Chain 1, pull the yarn out and fasten off. Pull the yarn ends a little bit. And please pull the corner part as well. So row 6 is done. The top length of the motif is 9 centimeter, and the middle is 10 or 10.5 centimeter, and the bottom is 11 centimeter. Please make 4 more of the same motif, so 5 motifs in total. After making all motifs, we're gonna join them. But before joining, please put stitch markers on each of the half double crochet and double crochet in the corner. when joining, please hold two pieces so the front side will be facing each other. Take off a stitch marker and insert your hook into back loop only. Then, take the other motif take off a stitch marker and insert your hook into back loop only as well. Then, grab the white yarn over, pull it through, and chain 1. Then we'll move on to the next stitch. Insert your hook into back loop only, again, in both motifs, and do a slip stitch. So please do slip stitch in back loop only until the end. So for the last stitch, you will just do the same thing. After doing last slip stitch, chain 1, pull the yarn out, and fasten off. The motifs are joined. If you feel the joint part is a little loose, pull the yarn ends on both sides like this. Join other motifs in the same way to form a line. All 5 motifs are joined. Then, we're going to join the edges to make a circle. Please join it in the same way as you did. After joining, turn your work face up. And now we are going to do single crochet on the top side. You can insert your hook in any stitch you want to, but I insert my hook 2 or 3 next to the right from the joint part. Grab the white yarn over, pull it through, and chain 1. And do 1 single crochet in the same stitch. And do a single crochet in the next stitch. All yarn ends will be carried along. And please put a stitch marker on the first stitch. For the joint part, we will do single crochet 2 together in the back loop of the corner. First, insert your hook in the first back loop, yarn over, pull it through, and then insert your hook into the other back loop, and don't forget to carry the yarn ends along. And then yarn over, pull it through. So there are 3 loops on the hook, so yarn over and pull it through from the all loop. So this is single crochet 2 together. Please do it only on the joint part, and other stitches are just normal single crochet. When you get to the end, we will do the same way of slip stitch as we did on row 4 of a motif. So take your hook out of the loop and insert your hook in the first stitch from behind. Then grab the loop and hang it on the hook. Tighten the loop and pull it through from behind. Chain 1, pull the yarn out, and fasten off. For this single crochet row, there will be 110 stitches in total. Next, we will make a circle for the top piece. First, please make a magic ring. Insert your hook into the loop, yarn over and pull it through. Then yarn over again and make a chain. But this chain does not count as a stitch. And then please make 6 single crochet. I forgot to put a stitch marker on the first stitch, so please put it if you want to. So, when you get to the end, take your hook out of the loop, and then please tighten your circle. Then, do a slip stitch in the first stitch. And when doing the slip stitch, I always carry this yarn ends together. Row 1 is done, then chain 1. And for row 2, you're gonna increase in every stitches. Insert your hook in the place you did a slip stitch on row 1. And do 1 single crochet. And then do 1 more single crochet in the same stitch. So doing 2 single crochet in the same stitch is increase single crochet. Put a stitch marker on the first stitch. In the next stitch, do 2 single crochet and repeat it until the end. There will be 12 single crochets in total. When you get to the end, do a slip stitch in the first stitch. for row 2 is done. Then chain 1, and for row 3, insert your hook in the place you did a slip stitch on row 2. For row 3, we will do increase single crochet in the next stitch, not in this first stitch. So do the process of 1 single crochet and 1 increase single crochet until the end. There will be 18 single crochet in total. When you get to the end, do a slip stitch in the first stitch. Row 3 is done. From the 4th row onward, I'll introduce how to make a flat circle. From row 4 and only for even rows, number to crochet first can be calculated by the formula of row number divided by 2 minus 1. For example, for row 4, 4 divided by 2 minus 1 is 1. So do only 1 single crochet first. And then do increase single crochet. After that, do a normal increase, as you can see from the chart. If you proceed in this way, there will be 1 remaining stitch at the end, so do 1 single crochet, do a slip stitch, and finish row 4. For the 5th row, it's an odd row, so please do a normal increase, as you can see from the chart. And for 6th row, it's an even row, so do 6 divided by 2 minus 1, and the answer is 2. So do 2 single crochet first. After that, do a normal increase, as you can see from the chart. Then there will be 2 remaining stitches at the end, so do 2 single crochet, do a slip stitch, and finish row 6. I'll show you the process of row 4 to row 6 in this video. First, chain 1 and do 1 single crochet, and then do increase single crochet in the next stitch. Do a single crochet for the next 2 stitches. And then do increase. So repeat this process 4 more times. And there will be 1 remaining stitch at the end. So do a single crochet and do a slip stitch in the first stitch and finish row 4. For row 5, chain 1 and do a single crochet for the next 3 stitches. And then do an increase. Repeat this process 5 more times. Do a slip stitch in the first stitch and finish row 5. For row 6, chain 1 and do 2 single crochet. And then do an increase single crochet. Do a single crochet in the next 4 stitches. And then increase. Repeat this process 4 more times. There will be 2 remaining stitches at the end, so do a single crochet. And do a slip stitch in the first stitch. And finish row 6. So please make 18 rows for the top piece. After making the 18th row, there will be 108 stitches in total. To have the same number of 110 stitches that we did for the foundation of the top piece, we will do only 2 increase for row 19. So please put 2 stitch markers in the appropriate stitches. And increase single crochet only in these 2 stitches, and do a normal single crochet for others. Then there will be 110 stitches in total. When you get to the end, we will do the same way of slip stitch as we did on row 4 of a motif. So take your hook out of the loop and insert your hook in the first stitch from behind. Then grab the loop and hang it on the hook. Tighten the loop and pull it through from behind. Then chain 1, pull the yarn out and fasten off. Pull the yarn ends a little bit and a top circle is done. Then we're going to join the top piece and motif, but it's just the same way we join motifs. So hold two pieces so the front side will be facing each other. Grab the motif and you can insert your hook in any stitches you want, but don't forget to insert it only in a back loop. Then hold the top piece and insert the hook back loop only as well. Grab the white yarn, yarn over, pull it through, and chain 1. And do slip stitches back loop only until the end. The important point is not to do a slip stitch too tightly, so relax your shoulders. For the last stitch, do a slip stitch back loop only as well. And then do one more slip stitch in the first stitch. So insert your hook in the back loop and do a slip stitch. Then chain 1, pull the yarn out and fasten off. And pull the yarn ends a little bit. So the top and motif are joined. Turn your work face up. And it's starting to look like a hat at this point. Finally, we will move on to a brim. You can insert your hook in any stitch you want to, but as we did in the foundation of top piece, I insert my hook 2 or 3 next to the right from the joint part. Grab the white yarn over, pull it through, and chain 1. Do 1 single crochet in the same stitch. The process of this row is exactly the same as the foundation of top piece, so if you get confused, please rewatch the part. For this row, there will be 120 stitches in total. When you get to the end, a slip stitch in the first stitch. From the next row, I will explain it now. For the brim part, it's like to crochet from the continuation of the top piece. Only for even rows, as we did for the top piece, number to crochet first can be calculated by the formula of row number divided by 2 minus 1. For example, for row 22 for the top piece, which means row 3 for a brim, row number 22 divided by 2 minus 1 is 10. So do 10 single crochet first and then do an increase. We made 19 rows for the top piece and we just finished row 1 for the brim, which means row 20 for the top piece. So, for the next rows, please look at this chart and proceed your work. For row 7 and 13 for the brim, which means row 25 and 30 for the top piece, there's no increase, so do a normal single crochet. In this video, I will show you the process of row 2 and 3 for the brim. Row 2 for the brim means row 21 for the top piece, and 21 is an odd number, so do a normal increase for this row. First, do 19 single crochet. And then do an increase. Repeat this process 5 more times. Row 3 for the brim means row 22 for the top piece, and 22 is an even number. 22 divided by 2 minus 1 is 10. So, do 10 single crochet first. And then do an increase. Then do a normal increase. Do 20 single crochet and then do an increase. Repeat this process 4 more times. And then do 10 single crochet to remaining stitches. So, for the next rows, please look at the chart and make 18 rows for a brim. Only for row 18, we will do the same way of slip stitch like we did on row 4 of motif, but I'll show it in this video. Now I'm almost at the end of row 18. Do an increase at the end. Take your hook out of the loop and insert your hook in the first stitch from behind. Then grab the loop and hang it on the hook. Tighten the loop and pull it through from behind. Chain 1. Pull the yarn out and fasten off. Pull the yarn ends a little bit. So the brim is now almost complete. It's still cute when it's done as is, but I'll do the edging. Insert your hook in the last stitch of the brim. Grab the hot pink yarn over, pull it through, and chain 1. Do a single crochet in the same stitch. For this row, there is no increase, so do a normal single crochet until the end. When you get to the end, we will do the same way of slip stitch as we did on row 4 of a motif. Take your hook out of the loop and insert your hook in the first stitch from behind. Then grab the loop and hang it on the hook. Tighten the loop and pull it through from behind. Chain 1, pull the yarn out, and fasten off. Pull the yarn ends a little bit. When weaving in yarn ends, please weave in toward the left side of the screen like this. Fasten off the yarn ends which was carried along and weave in other yarn ends. Choose your favorite color and make your own bucket hat. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Bye!